a site that has seen more than its fair share of great playoff memories the last few decades, and more could be in store as we've got playoff football again at sold-out Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New England Patriots. What twists and turns will January have in store for us? The NFL playoffs are officially underway. This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as we'll get this to about the 23. First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They'll take that 14 yards on play number 1.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run again with Harris. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Throwing on 2nd down, Jones. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Throwing, Jones. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Now Austin. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs
at their 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a give, running left is Harris. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Off the play fake, here's Pickett.
his body, and it's intercepted.
It's Connor Duggar who picks it. And the Pats are going to take possession of the football.
A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat.
Harris going to get it again on second down.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Third down, and they're going to try the jet sweep. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Well, they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on 3rd down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea. I like the thought process. Make an unconventional call on 3rd down sometimes. It can pop big. In this case, it didn't.
The Folks kick is good.
And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead.
Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Their second drive here of the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the...
It was hit at the line of scrimmage and intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown.
Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. But right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Again, it's Harris on second down.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
11 more on that one, and another first down. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Here's another carry for Harris. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 43 yards rushing for him already. A terrific first quarter here to begin the playoffs. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Play action. Pickett out to his left. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Eight yards to go on 2nd down. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. They'll toss to Harris. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
How the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
So Pickett is off to the sideline, and Chris Boswell is on for the Steeler field goal try.
On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That'll be a New England 1st down and gain of 12.
An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs, even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
Harris running straight ahead. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Jones. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And that's good for a gain of 6. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. From the gun on 3rd down, Jones. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Folks' kick is good.
And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
It'd be interesting to see what he decides to do the next time he's in the position we just saw there. Outside of the pocket, takes a throw downfield, it turns up incomplete. I wonder if next time he might take off and run.
On second down, this is Harris. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 57 yards rushing for him in this first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Pickett to throw on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. And this one is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
The offense on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They hand this off to Harris. And he is stopped just short on third down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. A good effort there, 9 yards, but it's going to leave him looking at a 4th and 1. Here's Presley Harvin now. This is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
3rd down, and they're going to try the jet sweep. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
On is Jake Bailey to send this one away.
Here's Austin. 35 yards that time on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And with great starting field position and 1 timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. To the air on 1st down with Pickett.
And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Pickett now to throw off the play fake. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth.
Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. The Patriots going with a dime package here. 2 extra defensive backs on 3rd. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
The coverage we just saw breaking up 3rd down. Dime defense. Blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed. Unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Going for it on 4th down. Here's Pickett.
He'll let it fly for Austin. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Patriots take over, and they're going to have terrific field position. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. Now Harris. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They run with Harris. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 84 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. He's going to let this one go deep. He's got him in, complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble, and it's picked up by the Patriots. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
So it's kind of more of the same offensively. This was a team needing to come out of this 3rd quarter with a little fire. Instead, they put the ball on the ground.
And you know that has to be the discussion at halftime because they're down 2 scores. We got to come out with a little bit more urgency than we had in the first half. Now that urgency falls on their defense because they can't fall down 3 scores and hope to come back and win this game.
Looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. T.J. Watt in on the tackle. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Out left and complete to Thornton.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd down, here's Harris.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That'll be a New England first down and gain of 12.
So once the defense gets you the ball on a takeaway on a fumble recovery of their own, you've got to reward them, don't you? You got to stay out on the field, give them a chance to rest, and how about doing it the way they did it, running the football and picking it up on third down.
Yeah, would not have wanted to go 3 and out. They avoid that right. Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On 2nd and 15 now. Jones. He's got his tight end, Anthony Ferkser.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Operating from the gun, Jones. And that will be incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And that will hit and continue on out of bounds.
Talk about angling that one perfectly, partner. We know the ball can bounce anywhere, especially how it's shaped. But that one, as if on cue, goes out of bounds perfectly.
Perfect indeed, right at the 1-yard line. Excellent coffin corner punt. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Pickett backed up into his end zone here.
Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw from his end zone. Pickett.
Out route, and he connects with Freiermuth.
And he is out of bounds up past the 10. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
So a nice throw right there. And this, we all know, a big test for this young man at quarterback. He guided his team into the playoffs as a wild card. Now here he is on the road looking to get his guys to the 2nd round. It's certainly a tough task no matter how you slice it.
Oh, I absolutely agree 100%. And while no one around the franchise is going to, co-sign on what I'm about to say, because all they're focused on is winning this game. But let's face it, partner, no matter what happens in this one, they've got their quarterback to build their roster around for the future. That's got to feel good for everyone associated with this team.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. This is Harris. And he's got some space here.
105 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the wild card round.
Man, These guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Running a jet sweep. This is Austin. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory.
Kyle Duggar up to make the tackle. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Pickett sets up play action.
Rolling to his left.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Delay of game penalty. Ships them back 5 yards, makes it 3rd and 10. And he'll send the tight end in motion left. They'll run with Harris. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
This drive is turning into an extended run, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more of a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They run for it with Harris. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down.
First and 10, here's Pickett.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Foxborough. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw, Pickett.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Dietrich Wise Jr. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, He hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll let it fly for Austin.
Oh, it's intercepted. They got Pickett for the 3rd time in this game.
Devin McCourty picks it off. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now.
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Jones to throw from his end zone. And a most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. This is Harris. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. Loss of 7 to bring up 4th. The Steelers send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Jones. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And this a very important drive leading in the 4th quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts. And
keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run again with Harris. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Harris. Down inside the 40. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Running the jet sweep, Thornton.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Here's Harris. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard stripe. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to perhaps salt this one away.
Folks, kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Here's Pickett. That's to Freiermuth.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Meanwhile, Pickett's throw brought in by Austin.
A good gain on 1st, has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
Pickett to throw. He's got Pickens complete.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Looking to throw here. Pickett.
His throw incomplete.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
Now Pickett.
That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. And they'll send the slot in motion left.
Pickett now on 1st down.
He finds Austin complete. And they do spike it in time with just 1 second remaining.
One final shot for Pickett.
And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little too late now.
I would agree with that. We're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
And he will get into the end zone as a 2-point conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the 4th.